Manchester United fans hoped for an upset in the Champions League final, but it always seemed like wishful thinking, in truth. That's partly because the team who stood in the way of Manchester City winning the treble could only muster a third-place finish in Italy's top flight this season, so it seemed the biggest danger to Pep Guardiola would be himself. Guardiola overthought the Champions League final in 2021 when Chelsea prevailed in Porto. 2 years later, there were no such mistakes in Istanbul, and the red side of Manchester woke up on Sunday hoping it had been a nightmare. The treble being won by City has been worse by defeat in the FA Cup, which was an opportunity for United to win a second trophy of the campaign and, crucially, deny their rivals a historic feat only previously seen at Old Trafford. The silver lining to the City celebrations for United is what Ream famously titled his 1993 hit track, "Things Can Only Get Better." The club is heading in the right direction with Erik ten Hag, and the future looks much brighter than 18 months ago. Regardless of what is happening at the Etihad, it's worth noting there are countless serious Premier League charges hanging over their club. The outlook at Old Trafford is better than it was, and next season should be another positive one. Ten Hag knows he can only influence his team, making it pointless worrying about others in the league. That approach is obviously difficult, or impossible, to adopt as a supporter. But there are reasons to be optimistic amid the success of City. United finished third in the league and reached the finals of both domestic cups. Their record at home was only bettered by City, and with a few more quality additions in the transfer market, more progress should be made. So what could the squad look like when the start of the Premier League season comes around? It's understood Ten Hag wants a world-class striker and midfielder, whilst goalkeeper and centre-back are areas that could also be strengthened. The arrival of a centre-forward is the priority, unsurprisingly. Ten Hag has been described as obsessed with the prospect of signing Kane, but with Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy infamously tricky to barter with, other options are under consideration. Kane, who scored 30 league goals in a struggling Tottenham team this season, is a proven goalscorer, and he would be the dream signing. Victor Osimhen, Rasmus Højlund and Randal Kolo Muani would also be good additions. Premier League rules state matchday squads are a maximum size of 20 players, and the arrival of a striker, 2 would be ideal, could see Anthony Martial make way, although he's already absent for most games anyway due to injury. In midfield, there is an acceptance at United that a younger midfielder who can play in the number 6, number 8 role is required, and although Frenkie de Jong would be the perfect signing, Mason is more realistic and would provide energy. Eriksen looked in need of a break more than most in the latter stage of the season. He can't press for an entire game, and in 2023, he only completed a full match once in the league, which came in a defeat against Arsenal in January. It seems either Scott McTominay or Fred will leave, but the latter is 30 years old and the most logical player to get rid of. Casemiro, McTominay, Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes would make decent midfield options in a matchday squad of 20 players. The defense also needs to be tweaked this summer, with departures ideally for Harry Maguire and David De Gea. The club captain made just 8 league starts this season, and it's best for all parties for an amicable divorce. Maguire is likely to succeed elsewhere, but he's not looked suited to a red shirt since his first 2 seasons. His departure would make room and help fund a new centre-back signing, and there's interest in Napolis Min Jae. Finally, finding a replacement for De Gea should be the priority after signing a striker. De Gea is expected to sign an extension imminently, however. He's a goalkeeper stuck in the past and he'll inevitably hold back the rebuild. De Gea does not align with the ball-playing vision of Ten Hag, and even the Champions League final, a game in which goalkeepers Ederson and Andre Onana regularly broke lines with their passing, emphasized why he needs to leave. United will never get to a Champions League final with De Gea in between the sticks. Heaton, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Lindelof, Shaw, Malaysia, Casemiro, McTominay, Eriksen, Fernandes, Antony, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho.